center and the brightest pearl of rooms.
into the next discussion. Anyway, for those who are not familiar with ROO Valhalla World Cup, I need to give you an explanation about this World Cup. So, this ROO Valhalla tournament plan is the pinnacle of ROO tournaments in the top. I mean, like in the top goes from South Asia, North America, Brazil, Latin America, and also not to mention the China, Thailand, photographers are doing up for the ultimate clash in the spirit of friendly actions. And this tournament includes the three phases. First, it's gonna be the regional league. The second is gonna be the regional eliminations, and also the offline grand how we jump into this topic stage is very stage. So, the program itself about the normal franchise with these four regions competing each other until we found the top 32 for each servers, which means it's top 32 from Southeast Asia, top 32 from North America and South America, so the top 32 from the Chinese region. And not to mention the last 32 will be from Taiwan, Hong Kong,
Never a bad idea to relax.
and also I think I need a little bit time to something about the sound. I think we do this audio like this a little bit too hard for you. Just try to comment if you feel a little bit uncomfortable with me. And I will be okay, so I think it's going to be convenient for you guys. And let me continue my explanation about this tournament. I think that should it. I think that should be. Already lowered it to almost. I think it's gonna do good for the live streaming. And this top 32 from each region will compete once again in the top 32 eliminations. We'll go to the top 16. And today we're gonna see who's the top 8. The top 8 will proceed to the top 4 because these top 8 eliminations will start in every single region. Ultimately, Asia, which happens today. And we're going to see the 4 slots before we jump into the top 2 and to the offline grand. Anyway, for this tournament format for offline, it's gonna be a little bit different with the top 32 until today's top 8 phase, because in regional qualifiers, I mean the regional eliminations will only during the single eliminations, which is going to be different from the offline grand final, because we're going to use the double elimination system, which will be decided by the drawing itself. And of course, if you watch the live stream from the Ragnarok region, you will see pretty much I'll spread it to you. So we're gonna spend a lot of reading for the details of the game, so you're going to see there will be some codes who can redeem in the massive times, but there will be a limited time code, so make sure you use your hand right on time to redeem the code. And this is the top 22 participant from Southeast Asia region. I mean, this is the name that actually sort of familiar for every single person in Ragnarok region, especially talking about the South Asia region. We have OnlyFans, we have Sphinx, Miss Walker, Goon, Alpaca, Hammerfall, Monarch, Gunther One, Dewa is Indonesian Hill, Screen, Mana also from Indonesia too, but they also have a lot of players from Thailand and Philippines. joining us. Real is the guild that I love them the most because they have a very strong storyline during the opening of season 2 when it's very hard for them to reach the top 8, and actually during opening cup season 2 is their very first time to reach the top 8, but sadly their opponent was Rise, so there was beaten by 2-0 and knocked out from the opening cup season 2. But regardless of that, I still love them, and it's good to have them back in the Isot also one of the famous guilds in opening cup season 2, so I really love to see them back in here. Legends and Frontier 1 is two guilds that actually currently the strongest two in Southeast Asia region, up to Nevada and Nova. Nevada is also a very unique guild, if I can mention that, because during the opening of season 2 they have sort of like the same like a real Cinderella story, but sadly they just didn't make it to the top 8 or top 4 stage. Let's see if they can do any miracle in this Valhalla, because we're going to find the strongest two guilds to become the representative of Southeast Asia in Ragnarok origin. And also, talking about the participants, we're going to between the brackets for every single guild here. See it. I mean, like the Porter won versus the OnlyFan, they won flawlessly, and every single bracket here also done by every single participant, because we jump into the top 8 brackets, which will happen today. We're going to have Hunter 1 versus Real, and also the next match will be Control of Dilet versus Isot, and the next one will be Monarch versus Nova. Last but not least, Home versus Biar. I think for Home, this is not a good year for them, to be honest, because I heard insider information from them, and they had basically a lot of unlucky moments during preparing the tournament in whether it's only Cup Season 2, whether it's only Cup Season 1, or even the but at least to be able to see Home reach the top 8, for me, it's like a very common thing to see, because what you can expect from Home, that will reach you top 8, no better than that. That's what I love from it. And this top 8 to top 4 brackets will lead us to today's schedule, which I mentioned before. And the first match and the second match will continue in the same time, which is the Frontier 1 versus Real, and the second match will be Control AltDel and Isot. But don't worry guys, because I'll cover every single matches for today. So even though they were played in the same time, I'll use the VOD the match for today, and we'll still preparing for the first match between the One versus Real. I think this is gonna be very hard to take for Real, because the gap between the powers from Real and Frontier 1 is kind of too big for them, but I think this should be very interesting, because if I'm not mistaken, I remember Real as a guild who played as an underdog, and also they managed to won against a higher powered during the season 2, and that's why they managed to beat those that's the schedule. to give you redeem code. So this is your first redeem code. You can just redeem it into your game, and you can receive the chances and also every single materials that you can get from this code. And don't forget to give it to your friends. Send it right away to your friends, or maybe you can just give it to the guild itself. Anyway, I would like to know which guild that you're looking for. I can mention one or two names, but since this is a Valhalla Club and the was already shifted to the new one, for example, the really going on season 2, a lot of people used Connection before the season return after a Royal Guard or Royal Knight, and this sort of shifted to the genetics, because the genetics, even though not as tanky as mechanics, but they can also provide buffs and debuffs for their team. And I think this is going to be a very interesting match 1, and especially we're talking about the very first match, because I would like to know what kind of new strategy that Real prepared for these 2 big eliminations, because they only have one chance right now, right here in the best of 3 series. So I'm not really sure if they can manage to win against Frontier 1 team, because the gap between them sort of big, but let's see. I really hope that's very interesting. Setting up something a little bit, bear with me guys. I'm trying to give you the best experience here. Guys, I'm trying my best to, since I use OBS on this live stream, so I barely can hear what happened actually during the live streaming, and if I turn on the music on the channel, it will ruin the Is it better, guys? I already lowered the voice. Let me check for a while. Is it better, guys? I already lowered the voice. Yeah, I think it works well. It works well now. I think it's better to use no music. I mean, I already lowered every single music sound in here. just to make sure you had a good experience during watching this live streaming. Nice, finally. Thank you. Oh, it's very nice. Oh, it's always nice to have this kind of setting watch parties. Anyway, let's move to the first match between Control AltDel and Isot, because we're going to broadcast the Frontera 1 versus Real later for Isot and Control AltDel. As long as I remember, they are a very balanced team, and also in terms of power, they're pretty much the same. They're pretty much on the same level. And if we talk about these tablets fights, we will always talk about the very first setting up is always played a very important role in here, because no matter what the situation, if you secured the moon tablet and also this, whether this star tablet or sun tablet, you will own the game basically. But there will be, I think, as long as I remember, there is also guilds like from region Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan who plays very aggressively at the early of the game, and also they just lay down during the middle game, just lower down the face. And basically in this Valhalla World Cup, there's nothing much different between the rules, between the systems, and how to play it, because it's pretty much the same with Odin Cup Season 2 or Season 1. It's even the same mode. And a moon tablet, of course, played a very important role in here. Even although I couldn't see what kind of composition they played, I really do want to see it first before we jump into the match, because before that we can talk about what kind of strategy, when the predictions, I can give you my predictions about how they will play. I can give you the analysis also, how they will use their kind of compositions during this Odin Cup. 2 minutes left before we start the first game, and there's a battle of series between Isot and also Control AltDel. I'm not really sure who will win this first game, because yes, Isot a very strong guild, but Control AltDel surely has lots of players who reach 1 million power. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a very tough situation for Isot, to be honest. But I'm not really sure, because I really expect Isot have something on their sleeves. What do you think, guys? If you have any opinions about this first game, let me know. So I would like to see your comments about that. And yes, we have Indonesian team as well. It's home and also Rise. But I don't see Rise. Well, yeah, most of the home players are from Indonesia, yeah, but they also have some Filipino players and also Thai players. I mean, in Southeast Asia, 3 big regions is Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. So I think most of the players from Ragnarok origin in Southeast Asia will be moved around these 2 countries. 1 minute left before we start the match between Isot and Control AltDel. And to be honest, I barely can see their movements. As long as I see on the minimaps, both 2 teams really want to secure the moon tablet, because the moon tablet is the center of the attention. The moon tablet is the center of the rotation as well, because once you capture the moon tablet, it will be easier for you to take down or capture the sun tablet, or also the star tablet, and you can create or dictate your opponent rotation during the game after you capture the moon tablet. 30 seconds left. I really want to know, to be honest, whether it's going to be a very aggressive game or a slow one, because the meta a little bit shifted well, I mean, like, for example, Archbishops have played a very important role in here for resurrecting every single player in here and also provided heals and buffs. But for the damage dealer, it's gonna be different because Warlock, yes, they are very strong, but the cuter meta has already moved to the Sorcerer because the buffs and buffs from Sorcerers really play an important role, especially in the team fight. And now for Isot, they have a very strong early game lead because they captured the Moon Tablet. They almost captured the Sun Tablet, but hold on for a second because the Control AltDel wouldn't let it. Although Control AltDel only have one tablet capture, which is the Star Tablet. I think it's going to be a very intense game between these two guilds. Yes, two tablets captured by Isot, and also the moral itself from Isot from the second battlefield going strong as well and providing them with the first buff. And after that, the Control AltDel got the very big pressure on the only tablet because most of the players from Star tablets from the Control AltDel already moved to the Sun tablet. But nice arrangement from Isot to protect the Sun tablet while moving their forces to Star tablet. So it will delay the movement from Control AltDel in a very long time, but they slowly pressured the Star tablet because they want to maintain their early lead in here. Because if you take it more tablets from more than your opponent have, you'll make them slowly dying, and that's what actually happened here. 100 points gap between Isot and Control AltDel, to be honest, is not a big one, but surely Control AltDel is trying to play very aggressive in here. They try to capture the moon tablet, and yes, it's already captured, but they captured back by the Isot. I really love the way they're blocking the entrance, to be honest, and how the Isot doing the counter attack is magnificently executed by them. And they just don't let Control AltDel to have a control for a long time in here, because if you want to keep your opponent bleeding slowly, you need to control the game, which means you have to at least control 2 tablets at the same time, and it's almost 3 tablets for Isot in a couple of minutes ago. But Control AltDel seems having a very good sense in here. Basically, they know exactly that they couldn't contest the Moon tablet, so they moved first to the Sun tablet, they captured it first, and they moved the forces back to the Moon tablet. But the movement from Isot is way too fast to handle in Control AltDel side, because what, the Moon tablet was captured by Control AltDel, but it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for them to recapture it back, and the movement from Isot sort of like a very simple yet effective, because they just following what Control AltDel wants to do. If a Control AltDel wants to take the Star tablet, they will give it and move to the Star tablet. But one thing for sure, no matter what and no matter how many times Control AltDel trying to contest the Moon tablet, Isot's players always inside the tablet to blocking away players from Control AltDel. This seems very good for Isot. 400 point gap between them, even though it's the point decreasing on Control AltDel is slowly, but it's very strong yet simple strategy from Isot. And the composition and how they spread the players is also amazing, because they always spread their wings to 2 different sides, the left and the right, and not to mention deploying 1 or 2 strong players on the back or on the crucial spots. They only need 2 players to decoy, and also the distracting players from Control AltDel and making them hard to regroup in it, and making them over rotating alongside the map, which is very hard to regrouping during this Odin Cup, especially in this map. 1 tablet is something that Control AltDel can have in almost 10 minutes, and they trying to secure the Star tablet is happening, but the trading is you have to give the Sun tablet back to Isot. And this is looking very good for Isot because from 100 points gap, they managed to bigger the gap between Isot and also control AltDel, and the monster spawned here already secured by players from Isot and control AltDel. Even though they want to try to step inside the spawn camp of the monsters, or players from Isot is just too fast to handle from the control AltDel side. From my perspective, this is going to be a very easy first win for Isot, because how they managed to control the moon tablet and making it hard for control AltDel to secure the center of the rotation, so it leaves them to a position, so they have to move back and forth to Sun tablet and Star tablet. And during their journey from the Sun tablet to the Star tablet, most of the players are killed by the players from Isot, and that's actually what actually happened here. And even though they have the Star tablet, they need to think about what they should do next to cover the loss of the points that they're currently facing right now. And this is going to be a very big misery upon control of their face. And in less than 4 minutes, we'll see the all Baron spawn, and I think this is looking very good for Isot. From my perspective, control AltDel still have a very big chance to do a comeback in here. But one thing for sure, they need to manage or at least maintain 1,000 points, and they need to slash and kill the Owl Baron to reducing the gap between them. Because again, the gap is 1,000. It's a little bit hard to manage, but if control AltDel kill the Owl Baron, which give them minus 500 points towards Isot players, that will be manageable for them. But I think it will be hard to see that kind of scenario happen here, because Isot is just too strong to handle by the control AltDel. I really want to see the distribution of powers from control AltDel, because not only we did see the gap between 5 players from Isot and also the control AltDel. We saw control AltDel has 5 players who reach 1 million power, but on the other hand, Isot, as far as I remember, there's not much players from Isot reach 1 million power. But in terms of the coordinations, in terms of the formations, in terms of the rotation, they just 2 steps ahead from control AltDel. And not to mention the maximum buff that they reached earlier before control AltDel did. This also played a very important role in here. And to be able to manage the 2 tablets in every single minute, every single seconds, is just dictate players from control AltDel. The Moon tablet contested. It's very common in here to see Moon tablets contested by the opponents, and especially control AltDel, who trying to secure more points or at least laying more damage to Isot. But I think that's gonna happen, because once Isot players see the Moon tablet bar decreasing, they just go full force inside there. In less 2 minutes, the Owl Baron will spawn, but only 646 points left on control AltDel side. The gap between them is too big to handle for control AltDel. Even 3 tablets secured by Isot. And there's going to be such a massacre on the other tablets as well for control AltDel, because the players inside the tablet, it's hardly to manage the damage laid by the Isot players. I don't see any bright future for control AltDel in this first game on this best of the series, especially the opening matches for top 8 series to top 4. And even though control AltDel managed to have Moon tablet or at least 2 tablets at the same time, look at Look at the movement of the Isla players. They already move and zoning the Owl Baron spawn. And this is going to be the end of control of the very first game if they fail to secure the Owl Baron, because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the Owl Baron will spawn, and there he is. Every single AoE damage lay down to the Owl Baron, and Owl Baron already secured by Isot, and it's also the sign of Isot taking the first game of this first match of the top 8 for Valhalla World Cup. So congratulations for Isot to manage the first win in this top 8 Valhalla World Cup. Nice try though for Control AltDel. Even though they're trying their best to recontest the immune tablets many times. I mean the formation and the flow between Islot's players is just too good to handle for them. And it's kind of sad to see Control AltDel kind of devastated to try every single thing they have. I mean, having a very good start is a very crucial moment in here, especially if we talk about this mode, same mode that we played on the Odin Cup, and to be able to control the moon tablet from the start of the game and not letting it go to the opponents to Control AltDel is a magnificent movement from Isot. So congratulations once again for Isot, and we'll continue to the second game. Or at least this might be the last game for Control AltDel, because we're playing the only best of the series and no double eliminations, because we still use the single elimination. The double elimination was only for the grand final offline stage. And to be honest, looking at the first game for Control AltDel, if they failed once again to control the immune tablet at the start of the second game, I think this is going to be the end for them, because I wouldn't sugarcoat it, because it's just play very efficient and effective from the very start of the game. They control the immune tablet. They do not let Control AltDel to recapture the immune tablet to their side, and each time Control AltDel move their forces to another tablet, they already move their forces to the opposite tablets, which will create a situation inside the Control AltDel to stay behind them, one step behind them. And that's a good movement though from Isot players. And the players from Isot, based on kills, they also managed to play very well in here, because I still remember they reached the first buff in less than 2 minutes, and it provides them with strong buffs, so they can create a massive movement towards the every single tablets and push the Control AltDel players back and add this to the corner. And not to mention how they create a mass inside the Control AltDel's formation and break down the formation too, and making it very hard for Control AltDel to regrouping, or at least trying to securing a good rotation to move to every single tablets in here. And while we're waiting for the second match, I'll give you codes later after the end of the first game. I still have lots of codes in here, but I think to make sure you guys happy, this is the second code for you. ASDF GHJKLZ. Just read it. I mean, it's very simple. It's a very simple code. You just type your buttons on your keyboard. Any quotes? Of course, yes, baby. I have quotes for you, and just read them it, and don't forget to share it to your friends, to your guildmates, to your family. Yippee! Yeah, that's the quotes that you're waiting for. I'll give it on every single matches, so don't you worry, guys, because I have lots of quotes in here. And if you're asking for the first quote, I think the best way is to ask your friends in the live chat, because I already gave it on the opening, or maybe you can try to drag this live stream back to the opening, because I already shared it on the opening. And don't worry not, guys, because I still have more quotes in the future while preparing for the second game, and especially talking about the match between Isot and also Control AltDel. I think I'll all good. Nice, love it. And for the next game, well, to be honest, I really want to see a 2-1. I really wish Control AltDel try to change their strategy, I think. Do you guys hear weird voices during this live stream? Anyway, how are you guys? Can we do a quick absent? Can we do a quick census in here? I would like to know the viewers in my live stream is from which server. And I would like to know your jobs as well. I'm from Frontera 7 and my job is priest. I'm an archbishops. The one who will heal you. I have to check something, guys, so bear with me before we jump into the next match. I have to check something, guys, so bear with me before we jump into the next match. I have to check something, guys, so bear with me before we jump into. I think it's all good now. It's the vibe from Isot Guild. I love it. I always love someone who are from Isot, Geffen, Frontera, and also Monarch. They're very lovely. And for the next match between Isot and Control AltDel is already finished because Isot managed to the top 4 stages. Same goes with the Frontera 1. And we're still waiting for the Monarch and also Nova, which will start in 10 minutes. And not to mention for home and PayonPayab. But don't worry, guys. We will cover the match from Frontera 1 and Real also after we finish the second broadcast. So you don't have to worry. Even though the Frontera 1 versus Real is already done, and we already know that Frontera 1 secured the top 4 position, we will broadcast it for you. And for the last 2 matches, I'm not really sure which one we will broadcast to you. It can be home versus PayonPayab or Monarch versus Nova. To be honest, I really want to broadcast the home versus the PayonPayab first before we jump into Monarch and also Nova. But let's see. Let's see the VOD that we will have in here for the second match. And don't forget to stay with me until the end of the stream, because as they have lots of codes for you guys, the codes will not end here. Anyway, I really loved the way Ragnarok Origin always moved to a very fresh meta right now. Like for example, during the Odin Cup Season 2, we see lots of mechanics playing a very important role inside the competitions. But in this time, it's kind of different, because yes, we still see several mechanics, but it's already moved to the genetics. Oh my god. In case you guys just joined me, I would like to introduce you guys about Ragnarok Origin Valhalla tournament itself. I mean, this is the pinnacle of our tournaments. The top girls from Southeast Asia, North America, Brazil, Latam, or shortly it's South America, and not to mention to the Chinese region, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau servers are gearing up for the ultimate clash in the spirit of friendly exchange. And this tournament includes the 3 phases, which is first is the regional Guild League, the second is the regional eliminations, and the last one will be the offline grand finals. I don't know, to be honest, who will be the champion of this tournament. Probably Frontera 1, or it can be someone from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, or probably China, because Valhalla tournament is also the very first time I saw in North America and South America plays, and also the Chinese region too, because during the Asian Championship we only saw Southeast Asia region compete against Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau servers, and there's no Chinese region in there. And for North America and South America, in this year, this is also the very first time for me to see them playing too. So I'm not really sure what kind of strategy that they will play for Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau. Yes, we already know how they play. Like, they can shift to slow phase to a very aggressive plays. But for North America and South America, I'm not really sure, to be honest. To be honest, talking about the upcoming matches between home versus PayonPayab, it's very hard for me to decide which team that I'm rooting for. The only thing that I wish is just a very exciting match, because let's be real, for home, yes, indeed they are one of the strongest guild in Southeast Asia, but during this year I saw lots of unlucky moments for home side. I mean, the miscommunications and also the misinformation too. Not only the miscommunication, guys, but also the misinformation that they had, making them sort of delayed to increase their power. And for PayonPayab is one of my new favorite guilds so far, alongside the top 32 guilds from Southeast Asia region, because I saw how they play during the Odin Cup Season 2, and I always love that kind of guild who doesn't realize, yes, power is something that is played a crucial thing in Odin Cup or the Valhalla Cup, but I also love a team who can utilize their power no matter what, how big or how small their powers. And PayonPayab plus Real is the two guilds that I am rooting for that point, because in terms of their movement, in terms of how they executed or applying the strategies during Odin Cup Season 2, I found that they are not a very monotone team. I always love non-monotone team. But for home side, despite the unlucky moments that they have during this year, and especially start from the last year, the point that they still always manage to top 8 stage is already a proof for home to declare that they are a very strong guild in here. And before we jump into the second match broadcast, I'm not really sure which matches we will broadcast. It can be whether home or PayonPayab first, or Monarch versus Nova. I don't have a lot of information about Monarch and also Nova, but for PayonPayab, if you ask me which one that I'm rooting for, to be honest, I don't know. It's a 50-50 to be honest, because I have lots of friends playing inside home, but I do love how PayonPayab plays. So don't give me such a very hard question to answer, guys. I mean, for even for Real and Frontera 1, I mean, I love strong guilds. So Frontera 1 is no debate. It's a very strong one. It's one of the strongest in Southeast Asia currently. But for Real, there's something that I love them from the most. I always love underdogs. I don't consider PayonPayab as underdogs in here, but it's just I really love a flexible team. I really love the fluid teams. I really love a team that always know how to react no matter what the situation, no matter how hard the situation inside the game. PayonPayab surely showing us how to be adaptive inside the game. I'm sorry for home, but there are lots of moments when I saw home is not really being adaptive during Odin Cup Season 1 or Season 2. I mean, like they just like played one-dimensional, and I'm not a fan of one-dimensional style. But regardless of that, I still respect lots of my friends who train their best to secure top 8, and especially playing for home. So I still give 20 kudos from my 20 fingers to home. And in less than 1 minute, we're gonna start the second match. I hope you guys still not tired to waiting. Or maybe you can say something on the live chat if you kind of a little bit bored to hear what I'm saying to you guys. I just hope you guys don't get bored with me. Anyway, after this top 8 phase, we're gonna move to the top 4 stages. I have top 4 stage, and the stream will be different. So we will have a very exciting stage, online stage, I mean, for you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned on, especially watching the social media of Ragnarok Origin. And I think since it's 9:30, the match between Home versus PayonPayab and also Monarch versus Nova will start in a very short time. So you guys can let me know which guild that you are rooting for. And also, I would like to know, to be honest, who's the players from Nova? I actually almost mistaken Nova is from the Chinese region, but I remember oh my god, I live in Southeast Asia, baby. And it's Home versus PayonPayab. We will spectate as I wished. Thank you so much to the producer. I love that. And wait a minute. Is that Zero my friend playing on the PayonPayab side? Help me to confirm that, guys. Is it really my friend Zero? Yeah, I know Zero is I know Zero has another strong account, but I'm not really sure if this Zero is the Zero that I know. It's really exciting to see one of the official casters also playing as the participant of this Valhalla World Cup. If that's really Zero, I know this is going to be against the rules that my boss told me, but I'm sorry, boss, because if it's the real Zero that I know, if it's the real Zero, the official casters of Ragnarok Origin, I'll put every single my force that I have in my life for Zero. The same Zero. Oh my god, that's the same Zero that I'm risking my life just to support Zero. I'm sorry, my boss. I'm sorry, boss. I know you will let me to do this, but this is Zero. Zero, the official casters for Ragnarok Origin. Why would I? How on earth I would not support him? As the caster who always have a good time with Zero. Indeed, I will support him. Well, yeah, I'll spare my support for Home, but I'm sorry, Home players. It's not that I not love you. It's not that I don't like you. I love you guys. I like you guys, but the difference between you guys is if you have Zero or not. And it's going to be very lovely to see Zero playing here. I just wish him the best. And that's kind of reasonable right now. Why I don't have Zero beside me in this Valhalla World Cup? Because I usually paired with Zero. And I don't see Zero's name on the caster list. And everything just makes sense because I see Zero in here. I see Zero in PayonPayab. Zero joining Home? Really? Which? I'm starting to get confused. So Zero is at Home or PayonPayab? I mean, my vote is always for Zero. So if Zero is a PayonPayab, I'll run for PayonPayab. But if Zero is at Home, I'll run for Home. I'm sorry. I know my boss will yell at me after this stream ends. But I'm sorry, boss. I have a very legit reason why I did this. Zero is my partner in Ragnarok Origin since Odin Cup Season 1. Ain't no way I wouldn't support him. And in less than 1 minute preparation for PayonPayab versus Home. And let's see if our Zero will manage to top 4. Let's go. This is going to be very exciting. As Zero always mentioned, the center of the rotation, the center of the map is the moon tablet. So no matter what the situation, in less than 30 seconds, you have to put your life on moon tablet. And no matter what happens, you have to keep it on your side from the start until the end. Shoot, I started to love it. In 10 seconds, we'll see the chaos in moon tablet because I saw lots of players setting up their formation to the moon tablet, and that's moon tablet for home side. They don't care about the other side, which means the sun tablet and the star tablet. But as soon as they finish to capture the moon tablet, they move to the sun tablet and they just pushed PayonPayab's player away from that tablet and trying to secure that tablet while defending the moon tablet as well. Nice early movement momentum from home, and PayonPayab still have a very big chance in here. They have one tablet, so one of the job and one of the most crucial job in here after they taking this star tablet, they need to pull their forces back to the moon tablet, and if they can secure the moon tablet, it's going to be a very balanced game between PayonPayab versus home. But I don't think it's going to be happen very fast because the forces from home already moved to PayonPayab star tablet and pushing them away. But the PayonPayab, on the other hand, they already smell the big forces from home side, and they already left and moved to the sun tablet. So they just if they can't get two tablets at the same time, they just create a situation where they can trade in or at least have a bit of very small safety net, or at least one tablet, which means the safety net that they can only provide. But I don't think it will last long because now we can see the full domination from home, who already taken 3 tablets from Sun, Moon, and Star tablet. Even though PayonPayab trying their best to contest the Moon tablet, they can barely manage to lay damage to home players, and it's not looking good for them. Even though they split the forces right now, this is going to be very interesting from PayonPayab side. I barely see this kind of strategy because they did split it between 2 forces and they moved to the star tablet and they moved or at least tried to distract the movement from home players on the sun tablet. And that way, they can create a situation where they have one tablet and they can also move to the moon tablet because the forces between home players will be split into 3 sides and making them weaker from what PayonPayab want to do to them. But home is one step ahead from PayonPayab because they already notice what PayonPayab want to do towards them. And the distraction and the movement from PayonPayab is just failed. They failed to securing the tablets. They failed to creating a situation they can have a lead in right now. And in a very short time, they lost lots of points in here. And not to mention the buffs. 7,000 points on the secondary battlefield, and looking very strong for home to securing the maximum buffs from the secondary battlefield. They're just unbeatable, and PayonPayab suffering more points right now, almost 1,000 points gap. Even though the sun tablets are almost successfully recaptured, but I don't think it's enough to cover the loss that they suffer right now. They hardly managed to reach the first buff on the secondary battlefield. And my assumption is because the movement of the points for the secondary battlefield from PayonPayab side is going very slow, I bet most of the players from secondary battlefield already moved to the main battlefield to provide more supports. So they just put small amount of players on the secondary battlefield just to make sure they can reach the first buff, because the domination on the secondary battlefield from home side is also very strong, unmanageable for PayonPayab. And looking good too for PayonPayab. They're trying to secure 2 tablets at the same time, but it's not going to happen for a long time because home always one step ahead. If you move your forces, they already step into the other tablet. So this moment can create more chaos inside the PayonPayab's player's mind. Because you keep thinking about how to regrouping, about how to recover from this kind of situation, because this is going to be very hard. I mean, 1,000 point gap, and also it's very hard for you to create a situation where you can secure 2 tablets at the same time. It will demoralize you, to be honest. If I were them, I will be demoralized. And even home is creating a greedy movement. I can't really say this is greedy, to be honest. I mean this is very reasonable, but if you I'm just trying to create a small joke in here. If you securing 3 tablets, it means you're greedy. Because you don't want to share 1 tablet at least to your opponent. And you want to finish this very soon. Sun tablet movement already moves to the green side, which is the PayonPayab. But the loss of the PayonPayab will not stop here. The lost point, the losing points from PayonPayab side is consistently decreasing. Their points are consistently decreasing. Every single player is killed by a home's player. And it's very... to secure 1 tablet is already hard for them. And the other problem is regrouping to recover from this misery. A full domination from home. And that's Tiamat, the player that you're looking for. Ruben also making waves to blocking PayonPayab players, taking the tablets. They almost had a chance to secure Sun tablet, but home just won't let them. And even they're trying to secure the Star tablet. Look at the map. Players from home marches towards the Star tablet, and before PayonPayab successfully captured the tablet, it's already moved back to home side. Oh my god. 2,400 against 700 points is not looking good. I think we're going to see the end of this match before we see this spawn of the Owl Baron. Because home players barely losing points, but on the other hand, PayonPayab losing massive points by just moving. I mean, it's pretty normal if you lose points during contesting the tablets. But PayonPayab basically couldn't step inside the tablet. Almost couldn't step inside the tablet. And during their way to each tablets, there's a massacre following them. There's a terror from home players. From their back, on the neck, at least. 400 points left. And the 3 tablets still looking good with orange color, which is the colors for home. And the Sun tablet almost flipped back to PayonPayab side. But in a very short moment, it doesn't happen. 300 points left. Even less than 300 points left. Every single forces from PayonPayab already moved to the Star tablet. They're trying their best to at least lay 50 damage to home players. But finally they secured the Star tablet after many times attempt to secure at least one tablet, whether it's Sun or Star tablet. But the point gaps between them is not looking good, baby. As they only left with 200 points. And in less than 30 seconds, we're going to see the spawn of the Owl Baron. I take my words back, because I said it before that we will not see the Owl Baron spawn, because in less than 10 seconds, the massacre still going on from home to PayonPayab side while they're zoning the Owl Baron. And now the Owl Baron spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 seconds of the life of Owl Baron closing the game. And congratulations for home to proceed the top 4 of this Valhalla World Cup. Wow. Wow. GG home. Zero don't fit. I really wish Zero don't fit. But that's a very good game. That's a very good game. I mean, that's something I mentioned before. The thing that I love from PayonPayab is, no matter how hard the situation, they always manage to adapt with the situation inside the map. We already know from the start PayonPayab is losing. I mean, they failed to capture the moon tablet. They failed to create a situation where they can have the side tablets. But they're trying their best. They try to trick the home players by distracting them and move their forces to the side tablets and then move back and forth to the moon tablets, even though the strategy wasn't work well on them and it was denied by players from home. But that's kind of thing that I always love from PayonPayab since Odin Cup Season 2. They exactly know that this is going to be very hard for them. They exactly know that the game's favor is not on their side. But they try their best. They try their best to find an opening or even create an opening. And for that good games, for that awesome second game, I'll give you redeem code. Nice. Redeem code is the rewards for every single person in here. So just redeem it. Redeem it, guys. Right away. And don't forget to share it to your friends. Let's go. I started to love this day. I love this day. I love it this day. I love it so much. I mean, in Odin Cup, well, this mode actually requires a high DP. Indeed. But there was a moment during Odin Cup Season 1 that one team actually can overpower their opponent, which has more powers, more DPs rather than them. And that's something that I always looking for since then. Even though I wasn't see it on the Odin Cup Season 2, and I still haven't seen it during a Valhalla World Cup. It's always nice to see every single team, they're trying their best no matter how hard the situation is. Even though you know that your opponent battle power is too big for you to handle, you always try to find a best solution, or at least to create a cinema for the audience. And during this Odin Cup Season 2, there is only 2 guilds who presented to me, or at least to you guys, to us. And it is a PayonPayab and also Real. That's why I love them. And even though they lose against home, I still put a lot of respects to PayonPayab's player, and especially their leader, because to be able to use a different strategies in one hard game is not easy. And if we talk about these modes that is played in this Valhalla World Cup, it's very hard for the leaders to command hundreds player, hundreds on main battlefield and hundreds on the secondary battlefield, and to be able to manage many people like that. I also want to give a lot of respect to the leader of PayonPayab. So if you guys have any chance to say something to PayonPayab's leader, please send my regards to him or her, because I really enjoyed the second game of today. No cap. And that's the second code. But don't worry, as I have more codes, because we're going to prepare the VOD for Frontera 1 versus Real, and also the Monarch versus Nova. If you guys still want more codes, you have to stay with me. And let's see the top 8 bracket. So it means Frontera 1 and Isot already presented top 4. And we have Home, who presented top 4. Well, I don't know, to be honest. I haven't seen the information about the Monarch versus Nova. I don't know which one is proceed to the top 4. But one thing for sure, Frontera 1 will have a matchup against Isot. On top 4 stage. And we're waiting for the next opponent of Home team. I started to think which one will be the top 2 of Southeast Asia region. Looking at this bracket, it's a little bit hard, to be honest. Frontera 1 might be one of the representative from Southeast Asia, and well, to be honest, I would love to have Frontera 1 and Home as the Valhalla World Cup representative from Southeast Asia region, because Home has 0, and sadly no Nova, and it's already confirmed that the next top 4 participant is Monarch. So Home will have a matchup against Monarch at the top 4 stage, and Frontera 1 will against Isot. Isot versus Frontera 1. To be honest, I don't like to see Frontera 1 against Isot, to be honest. It's too early for me. But it is what it is, guys. It's competition. They will meet anyway. And we're still waiting for the VOD for the next 2 matches, which we control AltDel and also the Monarch and Nova. And I mean Frontera 1 versus Real. And this is the top 4 participant of Valhalla World Cup Season 1 from Southeast Asia region. And oh, I just remembered that Nova is actually does Nova is Rise? Does Nova change the name from Rise to Nova? Did you guys change your name? Well, it is what it is, guys. Tiamat 1 army. Yes. Tiamat 1 army. Anyway, don't be way too fast, because I'll cover the other two games, which is Frontera 1 versus Real and also Monarch versus Nova, so we can get a clear ideas about what happened between them, about how Frontera 1 and Monarch securing the top 4 stage. Oh, Nova is X-Rise and there are Indonesian guild. Well, it's okay, cause there are still representative from Indonesia, which is home guild, and PayonPayab is from Philippines, home is from Indonesia, Nova is from Indonesia, Monarch is from Philippines, Frontera 1 definitely is from Thailand, and Isot, as long as I remember, they are from Philippines. Anyway, just to give you a reminder in case you miss it, our schedule is Frontera 1 versus Real, Control AltDel versus Isot, Monarch versus Nova, Home versus PayonPayab, and every single of these matches already done, but we are still waiting for the VOD of Frontera 1 versus Real and also the Monarch versus Nova. Ain't no way we wouldn't broadcast for you. We will broadcast for you, so we can watch it together in case you missed it. And do you guys want me to reshare the code? Because I've shared 3 codes so far. The first one is at the opening, the second code is after the first game, and the second game and after the second game, which is Home versus PayonPayab. I already shared the third code, and I still have more codes for upcoming matches. So don't you dare to move away from this live streaming, because I still have codes for you guys. You better keep it lively. You better keep this live lively, or I wouldn't share the code. Anyway, don't forget to free your time at October 31st, because we're going to see who will be the representative of Valhalla World Cup. I'm not really sure if the information already spreads alongside Ragnarok Origins player, but the location of the offline grand final is very, very familiar to us. That's my clue. I know lots of information about the offline grand final stages, but I wouldn't share it to you. But one thing for sure, you can expect a lot of things for this Valhalla World Cup, and especially the offline grand final. I know the dates, I know the location, I know the countries, but I'll keep silent and wait for the officials to announce it first. Anyway, I'll spit it to you guys. No. I have a good control over my mouth. But one thing for sure, the grand final will be big. That's one thing for sure. There will be lots of activity that you can play with the Ragnarok Origin community, and also the place is somewhere good to travel. So I really wish to meet with the Ragnarok Origin community at the offline grand final. Really, I'm gonna love that. And if Zero doesn't manage to reach the top 2, to be honest, I wish him to be a part of the caster side. Because during Odin Cup Season 1, it was a very blast moment for me, Nikki, and Zero as the host, caster, and the analyst. We indeed had a very good time back then. And it's not her at all to recreate those moments again. And I don't think I don't think I don't think I got a chance to pair with Zero in this year. I don't think so. I don't remember I paired with Zero this year. But yeah, I do miss him. I do miss my partner. I don't jinx it. I just wish I have Zero on the desk. If I if I if I can choose, I would like to have Zero on the caster desk rather than seeing him on the stage. I'm sorry, Zero. I'm sorry, Zero. It doesn't mean I don't support you as a friend to see you playing competitively in this Ragnarok region, especially in this Valhalla World Cup. But I do prefer you. I do prefer to have you as my partner on the desk. What? 200. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I'm sorry to my boss. I'm sorry to my boss. But I'm really sorry. But I really love to have David on my side rather than see him playing on the grand final stage. But otherwise, I wish the best for Zero. Whether he becomes my partner or he becomes a pro player of Ragnarok Origin. I mean, he's pursuing his career as the Ragnarok Origin's pro player since this year, and he puts a lot of efforts in here. I really want to support in that way, but guys, come on. And now let's move to the third matches. I mean, the first, but not so first match between Frontier 1 versus Real. We're going to witness what happened actually between Frontier 1 versus Real. I mean, it's obvious. We saw in the brackets that Frontier 1 already won against Real and proceed to the top 4 stage. But it's not hurt at all to see what actually happened during the game. What kind of strategy that Frontier play to secure a win against Real. And what happened on Real side. And Real, I remember Real also representative from Indonesia. Yeah, because I see lots of Indonesian nicknames. Like for example, Malaikat. Malaikat is angel in bahasa Indonesia, and also Teh Kotak. Yeah, Teh Kotak. I mean, it's so Indo. And not long after I mentioned about those two names, the game already start with a domination from Frontera 1. They secured the 2 tablets. And it's pretty much the same with what we saw on the last 2 games. You take over the moon, you basically dominate the game. If you successfully take over the moon, ain't no way you're gonna lose the second tablet. And 2 tablets is the bare minimum if you want to win the game. 3 even better. And that's what Frontera 1 trying to do. They're not happy with having 2 tablets. Because 3 is the number that can satisfy them. And also create a chaos, or at least create a big damage for Real side. And it's very good movement too from Real, who already moved their forces to Moon Tablet. Even though we couldn't see the full footage of it. But since the Moon Tablet is uncontested, my assumption is they just deploy some players on the Moon Tablet side to give a distraction to Frontera 1's player. And then they move their forces to the Sun tablet in order to survive. In order to make sure they can secure these tablets. But sadly, Frontera 1 sniffed that movement. And before Real successfully captures the Sun tablet, they just have to let it go. What a good movement from Frontera 1. And once again, Real trying to contest a moon tablet. And right now, they're deploying more forces. But sadly, I mean, I really love the control, the map control from Frontera 1. I really love that. Because no matter how hard the situation is, no matter how big the forces are from Real towards the one tablet, they can always defend it. And this will create big chaos and big loss for Real side, because the Frontera 1 just lose small points, while on the other hand, Real suffering massive point loss. I don't see any people in Moon tablet right now because the fight already happens in other tablets, and especially the side tablets. Real is trying their best to at least step into the side tablets, but the damage that blowed from Frontera 1 is too big to handle. The killing streaks going on and on. Eva LV won't stop killing with 30 kill streaks. Sabum Hakong pun trying to secure more kills. It almost looks like a massacre. And it's also pretty much the same from what we saw on the second match between Home versus PayonPayab. But the difference is PayonPayab actually had a little bit chance to either securing the tablets, to either contest the tablets, or taking the tablets for them. But for Real side, it's another problem. It's bigger than just trying a different strategy. I mean, to enter these tablets is already a big problem for them. I mean, we don't have to mention about regrouping, recovery, or rotation, or doing a long rotation from side to side tablets. To step inside the tablet is already a big problem for them. It feels like whenever the Real player laying their feet to step inside the tablet, they already get killed. Because I don't see any contest towards the tablets anymore. Yes, Real managed to secure one tablet, but that's all. That's all that they can get. They barely can lay damage to Frontera 1's player. And Frontera 1's player just give a full domination, even spawn cam them. Look at the side of the map. I mean, there's no one inside the Moon tablet because those players are fighting outside the Moon tablet. Not to mention the massacre on the Star tablet. Oh my god, it's very hard to see. But at least Real is trying the best. They understand, and they realize that they couldn't get the Star tablet. Decided to move away to the Sun tablet. But everything feels like it's scripted. If you move, I move. If you die, I spawn cam you. If you contest, I fight you. And the end of the storyline is always the same. You wouldn't get anything, darling. It feels like I'm like the storyline. It feels like that. And then look at the kills. Look at the kills, baby. 742 against 48 kills. 49, I mean. Even to secure the monster kills is already hard for Real. Real is having a real problem in here. Wow. 2,800 points against 700. This time, probably the moment that I mentioned during home versus a PayonPayab. I think the game will end before we see all Baron spawn. I would love to jinx it. To be honest. Because I want to count how many seconds Owl Baron's life in this game. Because this poor Owl Baron always has less than 20 seconds of life in every single matches in this mode. And the shortest lifespan of the Owl Baron is 5 seconds, darling. Less than 2 minutes. Already 400 points left. I mean, less than 500 points left from Real. And the massacre in the full domination from Frontera 1 is keep going. They wouldn't stop. I mean, they wouldn't stop killing. And now the points drag down to less than 400. And we still have 1 minute and 30 seconds before the Owl Baron spawn. But will Real manage to prolong this game until the Owl Baron spawn? That's something that I would love to see. Because indeed they're trying their best to even over rotation is one of the things that they can hold on to. And they tried it. And yet they failed again. Less than 1 minute left. Let's say halfway 200 points. And suddenly, it becomes less than 200. 170. Most of the players from Frontera 1 still killing here and there while preparing their way to snuck in to the Owl Baron's pit. Almost less than 100 points left from Real. Is it real that we are going to see that the game ends before we see Owl Baron spawn? Or at least open his eyes? In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And 5. Owl Baron just spawned and the game is already over. And Frontier 1 proceed to the top 4 stage. Wow. Well, that's something that you can expect from Frontera 1. I mean, they're one of the best guilds in Southeast Asia, baby. You can expect less from them. They're not slacking down this year. They're just grabbing every single trophy that they can get. Odin Cup Season 2, Thor Cup. And now Valhalla World Cup? Probably yes. It's a big GG for Frontera 1. You know what? That poor Owl Baron it's just was, you know, to be honest, if I had a chance, I would save Owl Baron. Cause you know what? I mean the Owl Baron is, oh my god. It's so sad to see the Owl Baron, you know. I mean, it's okay if we don't see the Owl Baron spawn. during that game. But if AltDel or only spawned for 2 seconds. He even couldn't open his eyes. I mean, I usually joke about him that he barely had time to say hello, good morning word. And he died. But this time, he couldn't open his eyes. He even couldn't open his eyes. I mean, he just moved down. I mean, he just moved up from the earth. And then he died. Well, in the tribute of AltDel, that poor AltDel, I'll give you redeem code. So this is your code. In the tribute of AltDel. Valhalla is gonna be different because it's all about skills. They all got the same power. Oh yes. So it kind of give us the Valkyrie Cup vibes, but we play it in a different way. Because Valkyrie Cup is 5 against 5. With for Valhalla, it will be 10 against 10. Ow, I love it. I really want to see who will participate, because we have 2 from each regions, 2 from Southeast Asia, 2 from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, 2 from China, and 2 from North and from America region. Oh yes. Well, to be honest, I really want to meet the Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan players as well as the Chinese players. Because what? I want to practice my Chinese. I wouldn't waste the Chinese lesson that I start from this year since January for nothing. Well, yes. Anyway, there's an important thing that I want to mention about this code. You see the limited code words on this stream, because this code only can be redeemed 5,000 times. So make sure you're fast enough to redeem it. The last 2 codes, including this, will be a limited code. It will be limited to 5,000 redeems. So you guys please make sure you redeem it. Oh, I'm sorry, tantrums, that you're having a tantrum right now because the code already maxed. But worry not, because I still have the other codes. And we're going to prepare the last match of today, which is a Monarch versus a Nova. And Nova, who is filled with the acts of rice, will play, and we're going to see why Rice lost. Well, to be honest, the poorest thing in this Valhalla World Cup is always the poor AltDel. I mean, I can't stop to create a sad storyline, a sad story about AltDel. I can create thousands of sad storylines about AltDel. For real. Because so sad to see him. It's always sad to see him. I mean, I was kind of happy. I was kind of happy to see that AltDel at least have 10 seconds to live during the second match. But there's some part in my heart that I couldn't forgive for Frontera 1 for letting AltDel to not let him open his eyes. I mean, it's not hard to let him open his eyes, baby. And the last game for today will be Monarch versus Nova. We're still waiting for preparing that for you guys. So you better stay with me until the end of the stream, because I still have one last code for you. And please be quick. Please be quick, because the last code will only can only be redeemed for 5,000 times. Wow. I can't believe that we almost reached the end of the stream, because I'm still waiting for the last match for today. But I'm happy. That my friend proceeded to the top 4, 1 match away to secure the grand final. Let's take a look at the bracket. Oh, so the bracket, the top 8 bracket. So home versus Monarch. I think I can give a little bit of analysis about what happened on the top 4 after we saw what happened during the first game on Monarch and Nova side. After I saw how Monarchs play, probably I can guess who will proceed to the top 2 and become the Southeast Asia representative. And still currently waiting for the last match of today. And the last match probably will start in 8 minutes. So you guys just bear with me. And let's see the game. And let's see it. Because the game is going to start. Oh, Papa Bear. Wait a minute. I forgot where Papa Bear is from. But I remember he's not from Monarch. And in less than 30 seconds, the last match of today between Nova versus Monarch will start. Every single players from both parties already set up their positions to securing the Moon tablet. And especially Monarch's player. They're blocking the entry from Nova side. And they managed to dominate 2 tablets, which is the Moon tablet and also the Star tablet. Pretty classic top 8 storylines. Sun tablet is something that is left for Nova. And the mass killing already starts right now. Monarch doesn't let Nova players have a breath. They will protect and defend the Moon tablet no matter how hard the situation is. But I don't think this match is very hard for Monarch. Oh, what a good movement for Nova. In a very slight moment when Monarch moved to the other tablets. They gathered their forces to capture the Moon tablet. Yes, indeed, they still lost 2 tablets. But it doesn't matter because you can play lots of kind of strategies in this kind of situation. As long as you have the Moon tablet, you can easily and freely move to the other tablets. And the forces from Monarch is trying their best to recapture the Moon tablet back. And they won. They pull back players from Nova, from the Moon tablet, and leave them with no other options to take these side tablets. But a very fast movement from Monarch 2. After they successfully recaptured the Moon tablet, they moved to the Sun tablet and leaving Nova behind once again. Nova trying to split push. Trying to move from two different sides. But it feels like a Monarch doesn't really have any problem with that. Because the real problem is the Moon tablet once again contested by the Nova. But Monarch managed to keep it on the hand. Once again. Nova is trying hard to push. They capture Sun tablet first. And strikes back to the Moon tablet, killing players inside the tablet. And securing it for them. While on the other hand, they're blocking the entrance from Monarch's player. For recapturing the Moon tablet. But sadly the kills from Monarch versus Nova, it's kind of a big gap because it's 200 kills against 85. It doesn't really look good for Nova. But once again, Nova played a very good macro in here. They managed to almost capture the Moon tablet. And I think it's gonna happen. But the price is they're gonna lose the Sun tablet. It is not really a good trade, to be honest. But they move really fast to the Star tablet. And this is the very first time I almost see Nova in lead in terms of tablet. Because they managed to secure two tablets right now. Trying the best to lessen the point gaps between these two teams. But since Moon tablet is the prima donna in this mode, ain't no way Monarch will let Nova have this Moon tablet for a long time. The AoE skills just drop down by Monarch's player towards the Nova's player, pushing them and drag them away from the Moon tablet, and they successfully recapture the tablet. But sadly, they might will lose the Sun tablet, but it doesn't for long. Because recapture is the middle name of Monarch. The spawn camp of the boss is already dominated by Monarch's player too. It's really hard for Nova's player to secure a little bit monster skill to lessen the gap points between them. And Nova's points decreasing all the time, while Monarch, who already secured the maximum buff, looking very strong in here. Yes, their points is decreasing too, but it's not as fast as the losing points speed of Nova. You may kill players from Monarch, but it's very hard for you to securing all of the tablets. Recapturing or contesting the tablets is one of the best choices that Nova could do. But the aggressive movement from Monarch, it starts right now. On the early game, we see that each time Nova captured the tablet or successfully contested the tablet from Monarch, we will let it for several seconds, or that's almost 1 minute. Right now, they wouldn't let it. Less than 5 minutes before the AltDel starts, and Nova still trying to sneak in inside every single tablet that they can have. And Monarch, because they're already settled in this game, they just try to go with the flow that Nova tried to dictate towards them. If you want to capture it, I'll give it to you, but it won't be long. because I'll recapture it back. And that's what happened in here. Nova almost recaptured the moon tablet, but it doesn't happen for a long time because Monarch already put their forces inside the tablet again. Sun tablet maybe the trade that the Nova can get. But look at how fast players from Monarch marching towards the Sun tablets and killing every single players from Nova. The AoE effect seems so satisfying because one blow could kill 5 players with a single shot. And that leaves Nova in a big misery during this last game. Monarch move away, moving casually, just to recapturing the tablets that they were taken by Nova. And it doesn't really require lots of sweats to recontest every single tablet back from Nova. And Nova is suffering more point loss because a 560 is the only point that they can have right now, while slowly dying because the 3 tablets already secured by Monarch's player. On the other hand, Monarch, both in main and secondary battlefield, is very settled. But Nova, with the last point of their breath, they're trying to sneak in again towards this start tablet, but almost is never enough, baby. Because Monarch is always behind their back. No matter how long the rotation, no matter how long the journey that you're matching on. In less than 1 minute, the AltDel will spawn. Will we see what happened on this third game? Before the AltDel starts, before the AltDel opens his eyes, the game is already over. Because this is something unbearable to watch from Nova, who lay their lives, who lay their chance with less than 200 points. 30 seconds left before the AltDel spawn. But the mass killing still happening here and there alongside the map by Monarch towards Nova. Zoning inside the AltDel's pit from Monarch's player, preventing Nova's player to come inside the tablet. The AltDel's pit. And now the AltDel had a chance to open his eyes, but his blood drains so fast. And that's gonna be the end of the 4th match as Monarch proceed to the top 4. Congratulations to Monarch. And good game well played for Nova. Wow. So hard to see. Anyway. Tada. Go redeem it. I opened it faster than before because I want at least one of my viewer successfully redeem this code. Because this is limited to 500 times redeem. Go. Go. Don't waste the time. Don't waste any single seconds in your life. Otherwise, you will lose the chance to read me this code. Go. And let me know if you've successfully read me it. Let me know. Did you get it? Now the bracket is done. The top 4 brackets already filled by the participants. The winner of each games of today. Nice. 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 And it's really lovely to see those exciting games. Even though there are upsets. Like the Indonesian representatives already lose, and also we don't see the defending champion for every single Ragnarok squad. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it. And that's gonna be the last game of today. And I think to ensure I'll close this stream. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So that's the last match of today, and I also already shared the every single quotes for you guys. I really enjoyed today's matches, and also this is not the end of Valhalla World Cup because we are going to broadcast the top 4 matches on October 31st. So make sure you stay tuned on Ragnarok Origin Global Original YouTube channel because it will be moved to broadcast to that channel. And last but not least, thank you so much for accompanying me from the start until the end of the stream. I really wish you guys have a good night and see you on the next stream. Bye bye.